When it comes to crime in a city, size matters. Statistically, when you look at crime on a per capita basis, a large city may have big overall numbers, but statistically be much safer. So let's look at the 10 largest cities in America and rank them from best to worst as far as their violent crime percentage. Number 10, San Diego, the 8th largest city in America at around 1.4 million people, is reporting violent crime at 16% higher than the national average. This is the same number that the FBI released a year ago, so it's possible it was never updated. Number 9, San Jose, California, the 10th largest city in America, with around a million people, reports violent crime at 43% higher than the national average. This is up from the 16% they had a year ago. Number 8, surprisingly, is Chicago. With 2.7 million people, Chicago is the third largest city in America. And although it's portrayed as the bad guy when it comes to crime, statistically, it's not as bad as it seems. In fact, the violent crime numbers released by the FBI in 2023 were lower than the 2022 numbers. So the once 143% worse than the national average for violent crime dropped to only 46% worse. Number 7, New York City, the largest city in America, boasts violent crime at a rate of 101% higher than the U.S. average. This is up from 49% the year before, and likely when this year's report comes in, it will be much higher. Number 6, Dallas, Texas, the 9th largest city in America, saw a slight decrease in violent crime, and at last reporting by the FBI is 110% worse than the national average. Number 5, Phoenix, Arizona, which was recently surpassed by Philly as the 5th largest city, reports violent crime at 123% worse than the national average, up 17% from the year prior. Number 4, Los Angeles, the 2nd largest city in America, saw a large increase in violent crime, and as last reported by the FBI, has violent crime at 126% worse than the national average. Number 3, San Antonio, Texas, the 7th largest city in America, also showed a large increase in violent crime, and at last reporting had violent crime at 139% higher than the national average. Number 2, Philadelphia has been getting worse for years, and from statistics reported by the FBI was 134% worse in 2022's release and 182% worse in the 2023 release. Expect that number to continue to rise with 2024's release. And number 1 for the second year in a row is Houston, Texas. With around 2.3 million people, Houston is the 4th largest city in America. As far as violent crime goes, they are holding steady at 209% worse than the national average. The FBI releases their numbers every fall, so the reporting of these statistics are always a year behind. But if you want to move to a big city, this gives you an idea of which ones are the safest, based on their violent crime percentage.